Bugatti NYC. How you guys doing out there in YouTube land? Hope you guys can hear me. Let me know how the microphone is sounding this morning, please. Let me just, hold on a minute. Get that straight. Gotta have the blue aimed up. Okay. There we go. How you guys doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Coulda went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Welcome to Our Bottom Line. Trump, why is Iran daring Trump to take action? We're gonna find out that and more. I know the camera's crooked, I got it. I got you. That's why we come in early in the morning times. Y'all know the routine. Y'all know the spiel. Go ahead and get these monitors straight over here. Go ahead and do the zoom, 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 zoom. And then we're gonna do the lifty, the zoom, then the lifty. See where we're at on the monitor back there. Let me just get this straight. Getting a little better at this. See. Still haven't had a chance to get out and get the stand yet. Constant work every single day. I don't know if you know, but New York, we've been experiencing a major storm. And it has not been rather pleasant, you guys. It's been pretty crazy out here, to be honest with you. It's been pretty nuts. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Think I'm gonna, or almost had it. Take it up a little more for the phones. This is bananas. Okay. Gotta get that stand to that. Finally got a day to myself, y'all, where I can really go and get stuff taken care of. So I'm really excited about that. Just been going hard for like the last few days, coming back in the night, you know, knocking out the deck, making sure that we got content so I can come and have some info for us in the morning. So yeah, once we get after today, we should be good on everything. I'll be honest with you. After today, we should have a good stand where I don't have to keep on doing that. Yes, and the reason I do it is because I have to see myself when I'm doing this. I just can't perform into a camera and not know that it's not looking correctly. It's just, you gotta have some sort of feedback. I think we're looking good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like that. How you doing? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. What we're going to do this morning is we're going to start off with this morning's prayer, because you can't get around that and you don't want to anyway. So that's how we're going to do it. Notice how I got the blue tie on today? Means absolutely nothing. Just like to wear blue. Okay. Peace, tranquility, safety for all of the animals that are out there in that weather, in those torrential storms, that weather. I want to pray for every single person that's in the chat. Pray for everybody's family as well as all of the animals as well. That's right, you guys. That's what we're doing. Let me know if you can hear me. What's going on with the sound? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good morning. Where Batty at? You know who I'm looking for. Okay. Amen, you guys. I need Batty up in here to let me know how we looking. You guys can hear me? God bless. Amen. You can't start nothing right without that. Nothing goes right without the amen and the blessing. I guess you guys probably heard me because it was with me on the blessing. So that means, guess what? Y'all are ready for a good show. That's right, you guys. I can't wait to get into this one this morning because we got one for you. We got a good one for you lined up. I'm not even going to play around this morning. Started off crazy. Your boy only got 2 hours of sleep. Went out there, because it's crazy. Call stuck in. It was not nice yesterday, you guys. It was not nice. But you know what? Made it here, and it's a perfect day just because I made it with you guys. With that being said, I know it's time to go. So I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock. Somebody Where? And I think it's 6 o'clock here. So let's get it on. You ready? One more? Okay. Throw the wave. With the smile. Come on. With the smile. Still don't get it? It's gotta be 6 o'clock. Let's go. What? Come on. Okay. Ole. And you know we gotta get it to the sound of that drum every morning with the open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. Whoa, this is gonna be some fun right here. Gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. And girl, I must warn you, I feel something strange in my mind. Situation is curious. Let's chill because we're running out of time. It's all so deadly. Relationships, they seem from the start. It's all when love is not together from the heart. Oh, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Come on. If y'all know the song, what? It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, down on your deck. That girl was poison. Before I stepped to meet a fly girl. Don't even try to front, cause it's so early. You think she's the best thing in the world. Wait a minute. Let's see if we could do a real quick throwback. See if they know this one, Boogotti. Ready? With your bad self. Oh, Suki now. I don't know if y'all know this one, but I'm gonna go with it. So yeah, y'all ready? How it go? Put on my best. Can't believe that she said yes. If she's impressed, this could be the start of our happiness. She's so fly, intelligent, and she don't get. Lord, you should see her thighs. It's enough to make any grown man too hype. With your bad self. Y'all know why I'm open, right? Y'all know why I'm open, right? Cause this if pump that beat. Tuesday the 27th, that's right, y'all, 2026. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and chat and that, and we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Too hype. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Yes, that's how we do our intro sometimes. Got to get that energy out. Let you guys know it's nothing but love. Hope you guys had a fantastic evening, because I know I did. Why am I so hyped? Because he gave me another day just to be here with you guys. It's our bottom line. What are we about to get into? Trending topics, current events, much more. Your antics, and the #1 chat in history, you guys. Okay, we ready to get it in? Because I hope you guys are. What am I going to say? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack this deck with 5 videos. Come back after we get some dialogue going. But I'm going to ask you guys, stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Also, I love to know what time it is, because it's 6 o'clock here in New York. Probably like about 6:03, 6:04, but that's what time it is. It also gives us great dialogue when we all stay on topic. Also, with that being said, I'm not even going to wait. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. We got to get to work this morning. Trump. Why is Iran daring Trump to take action? As you know, we've already set up certain armadas are coming the way of Iran. Of course, they've heard the news. They know what's going on. They know that everything is being set up, right? But now, guess what Iran is saying? They're saying, bring it. Bring it, bring it. They don't even care. So guess what? We might be at a standoff position when it comes down to it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna keep on moving forward, you guys, because also, see that there, that's why we actually about to get rid of your boy, but it's all good because we're gonna rock with you for the day. Couldn't take you down yesterday. We got Gavin Newsom in no match for Scott Bessent. Ask Elon, straight up and down. What's that right there? Gavin Newsom, you know he's no match for Scott Bessent. Ask Elon. You know what we're talking about, right? Let's keep on moving forward because last but not least, not right now, buddy. Get your stuff together. We got Minnesota protesters who swarm a hotel believed to be housing ICE. Let's get into it today. I guess the TV is telling me, hey, you know what? I've been up here for a while. Can you go ahead and sub me out? I think he's right. Got another one in the room. All we got to do is bring him in. Didn't have the time to do it yesterday. I knew it was coming, you guys. We got to get to work. We got to get to business, and nothing's going to stop us from moving forward, no matter what. So let's keep on going, because what do I have for you? Of course, we're going to start it off with the president. We got some gaggle coming in from, and he's talking about Cuba. What's going to happen when Cuba moving forward right now, and the position that we're in. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Even the TV's working hard. Let's go. Let's go.
That Cuba is ready to fall. You know?
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know how if they're going to hold out. But Cuba now, they got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
Marco Rubio has really had your ear, it seems, throughout this entire process. I know that the Vice President Vance was just down the street when this all operation was playing out, but would you say that Marco Rubio has your...
Now, we done went through both stages. We went through the stages where the computer went out, and then we went through the stages now where the TV goes out. We've been here before. Let's keep moving forward.
Ear more than the Vice President right now?
No, they both do. No, JD's very smart, doing a great job, and so is Mark. No, both.
It sounds like
I would say equal.
The go-to, and you were just talking about Cuba and what could come next there. Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
We're not going. I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count. You ever watch a fight?
I have.
They go down for the count. And Cuba looks like it's going down. What do you think, Howard?
It's going down. They've lived off of Venezuela, right? The economics were all Venezuelan, right? That's why you said the protective force of Maduro was Cuban, right? They were Cuban guards. So they were just paying Cuba when that money stopped.
Don't hire them in the future.
Yeah, they weren't very good.
People from our country who were forced to come over, they really didn't want, from Cuba. People from different countries like to stay in those countries, whatever. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Let's keep on stacking. Okay, we got Cuba. Now what you trying to do with these sanctuary cities and these sanctuary states that's out here, Trump? Let's let them know. I have to read this to you because I was trying to find it from the horse's mouth. I told you guys a couple of days ago, we're not going to be hearing from the president for at least about 3 or 4 days. We just came over the weekend as well. Probably going to hear from Carolyn Levitt and a whole bunch of people, and a lot of from Truth Social. May start hearing from the president sometimes tomorrow or the day after. I'm getting used to this at this point. Let's keep on moving forward because, yes, I do want to get this out, let you guys know what's going on. So we got it over here. We got Trump that's calling on Congress to immediately pass a law ending sanctuary cities. On Sunday, President Donald Trump called for the end of sanctuary jurisdictions in the United States. His call comes after Saturday's pow-powing of Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Also, ongoing anti-ICE protests roil the city. Never heard that word like that before. After a pow-powing, many top Democrats have demanded an end to funding of ICE with a possible partial government shutdown a possibility. First time you're hearing about the shutdown, right? Let's keep on going. Told you. On his Truth Social platform, Trump wrote, "I am hereby calling on Governor Walz, Mayor Frey, and every Democrat governor and mayor to formally cooperate with the Trump administration." Governor Walz and Mayor Frey should turn over all criminal illegal aliens that are currently incarcerated in their state prisons and jails to federal authorities immediately. We're going to see if this actually happens, you guys. Just to let you know, we do have more dialogue directly on this topic, and we have some follow-up as well. I just want to know what Tim Walz and Frey actually have to say in response to President Trump to this, because there was actually a phone call as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Really would appreciate it. Now we got the The Palestinian activist Mohammed Khalil speaks out as a new ruling could lead to his rearrest. As you guys know, Mahmoud Khalil was at the Columbia University. They were having a lot of protests. They were breaking chairs, closing up and going inside of the study halls and disrupting a lot. Thank you guys for all the love, by the way. So now what happened was, remember, he got locked up. Then he got released. Everybody thought that he was free. But then all of a sudden, last week, we reported right here that they're supposed to be sending him to Albania or something like that. Have no idea what's going on here. Let's get some more information about what's going on with him.
We want to turn to another issue. A federal appeals court has reversed a ruling that freed the Palestinian activist, the Columbia University graduate Mahmoud Khalil, from Louisiana ICE jail in June. Advocates fear the move could pave the way for the Trump administration to rearrest and deport him. Mahmoud Khalil was arrested and jailed in March for taking part in campus protests at Columbia University as a graduate student. He was the first non-citizen student targeted and arrested by the Trump administration for pro-Palestine speech, detained for months, first in New Jersey, then in Louisiana, before a federal district judge in New Jersey granted a habeas petition in his case, saying his
I think that was your opinion right there, Laura. Well, don't do that. Throwing your opinion out there like that.
Constitutional rights had likely been violated. Now, in a split 2-1 decision, the Third Circuit Court of Appeals has overturned that ruling on jurisdictional grounds, saying Khalil should have first appealed his removal in immigration court. For more, we're still joined by Bahar Azmi, legal director of the Center for Constitutional Rights, as well as Mahmoud Khalil himself, who's joining us via Zoom. Welcome back to Democracy Now!, Mahmoud. Can you talk about your response to the judge's decision and what this means for you and your family, your wife and your baby Dean, who was born while you were imprisoned in Louisiana?
I mean, this ruling is absolutely disappointing. This administration, the Trump administration, is trying everything in its power to come after me, to put the full weight of the government to actually make an example out of me. And this means that I will be separated from my U.S. wife and son, who both were born in this country.
You can take them with you. No disrespect.
And it just like it underscores how this administration is weaponizing the legal system, how fragile due process can be when our rights are treated as conditional rather than guaranteed. And I must be clear, like it's absolutely. I have an amazing team. You have Bahar with you in the studio. We're gonna explore every avenue until we feel vindicated. Yet this administration will continue to go to these ideological judges to get rulings in their favor. And basically, as you said, what they want me to do is to wait for an immigration process that's fully completed, fully controlled by the Trump administration, to get justice from this process, which is, we know this wouldn't happen.
Mahmoud Khalil, I don't think that you should have been doing what you were doing at Columbia University, one of my one of my yeah, like that school up there. I know a lot of people are going to have opinions about it, but I do not think that protest at a school is somewhere that it needs to be at. Maybe around a rally or something like that, definitely. But when you're coming into study halls and disrupting other students who don't want to have anything to do with it, also they spending so much money to go to a school like Columbia University, what about how they feel about stuff? You know, things like that. And the people that look at Columbia University as a focal point, as a good school, because I know that's what we looked up to. You know, when I was a kid, we used to go to St. John's right there. We used to go right over to Columbia, just even if we weren't going there, just to see the college kids actually on campus, what they were doing. And there was never any sort of disruptions and things like what we're seeing now. I'm not telling you not to change with the times, but you don't bring stuff like that to a place where it can cause so much havoc and disrupt so many people, and there's so many opinions about it. And not only that, you're here on papers, buddy. You're here on papers. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to keep on moving forward now, because we got Carolyn Levitt is in the White House and briefs us on the tensions of the CVP powing in Minnesota. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's just my opinion. Do not have to feel the same way that I do, and that's how I get down, you guys.
But let's be clear about the circumstances which led to that moment on Saturday. This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. For weeks, Governor Walz and the Mayor Jacob Frey and other elected Democrats were spreading lies about federal law enforcement officers who are risking their lives daily to remove the worst criminal illegal aliens from our streets.
We showed you guys a video a few weeks ago where there was an ICE agent / Homeland Security, one or the other, that was being followed by a person that was just honking their horn and making noise. And he was rolled down the window and he said, "You do know that we're going after a child number 6 offender right now, right? And you're probably helping him to get away." It's like, it's not always, it just doesn't make sense when it comes down to, personally, I don't think that they should be getting involved when it comes down to police or ICE or Homeland Security's business when it comes down to them doing their business. Because you don't normally run behind no sheriff or nobody like that, or no regular detective when they're doing their cases. That's just how, again, just my opinion.
Murderers, rapists, pedophiles, human traffickers, and gang members. Governor Walz and Mayor Frey have shamefully blocked local and state police from cooperating with ICE, actively inhibiting efforts to arrest violent criminals. They have also used their platforms to encourage left-wing agitators to stalk, record, confront, and obstruct federal officers who are just trying to lawfully perform their duties, which has created dangerous situations threatening both these officers and the general public and Minnesotans alike. This is precisely...
It's just to the point where now, like, no matter what, they should leave. That's it, how I feel. I just think they should leave now. That's it. It looks bad as far as PR as well. It happened too much already. I think they need to go. I know a lot of people probably think a different way, but they probably need to change their operations to just leaving it in there when it comes down to the fraud, and just keep it moving. I don't know what you guys think, but let me know. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Just want to make sure and see where we're at on the numbers right now. I think we got to get on over here to go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys did not do that already, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell down there so people know when we're on. Think I owe you guys probably one more video before I come all the way to the chat. See you guys doing your thing already. I appreciate it. We're going to stay in here right now, going over to Washington, D.C., because we got the feds that are frustrated. I think that's somewhat what they're trying to call this topic on this one here, but I don't get that from it, so I'm just going to let this play out. Basically, we got tensions that are arising over the CVP-involved MN shooting. I shouldn't have said that, sorry. Hopefully I'll slide, whatever. I said it differently, but anyway. We have a lot of tension going on out there, and these are the reasons why I personally feel that ICE and Homeland Security should probably stop just dealing out in Minnesota right now. Just get up out of there.
The most idiotic statements ever. And he said, because kids are afraid to leave their house. Kids are afraid to leave their house because of people like him and people overstating what ICE is doing, not targeting 8-year-old children. They're targeting illegal immigrants. But if you're going to keep saying things like that, that's what's going to keep kids in their house. So this is just ICE acting in a city that already showed that they can't handle it. We saw what happened with the George Floyd riots, and now we see these guys continue to say these are peaceful protests. They're not peaceful protests anywhere.
And let's remind Governor Walz, millions of people were gassed, were killed, murdered, just because they were Jewish. What's happening here, it's a sanctuary city, and ICE is trying to arrest people that have really bad criminal records, and they're here illegally. So Anne Frank was not in her home illegally. She was just targeted because of her religion. Yeah. There's a difference.
Yeah, and look, whether it's Governor Walz or Mayor Frey, clearly they have repeatedly escalated that rhetoric, and that's why people like Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who we interviewed in the last hour, believes that not only have those officials, politicians, filled a powder keg, they lit the fuse for the chaos that created there. But I asked Blanche in the last hour whether or not the rhetoric coming out of DHS, as Bill Maloogian.
But see, somebody in the comment just hit it on the head. Somebody said these people are sick. Look at her screaming and how she's banging and doing all of that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. At a certain point, you can't comprehend what's going on. You can't have dialogue with a person like that. I tried already myself. Third party, like, ask them this, ask them that. And you talking about straight, like, it was bad. You guys saw it yesterday. I showed you the clip of the guy going around asking for money to do what? If you were here yesterday, you know what I'm talking about. He was not even, he made like $230 something, $250 in a matter of like 30 minutes with people that didn't even have money like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, what they're actually willing to do, what they're willing to put their money behind. But that's also the scary part for me, because so many people feel the same way. So I understand how you guys may feel, and you may think they're crazy. Okay, they're crazy, but now they're crazy and they're willing to do stuff. Is there any way that we can kumbaya, calm it down? I know a lot of people don't care about calming it down. I know y'all don't, but can we? That's just my question. Let's get on over to a whole different topic. Let's talk about Iran right now, who stands ready against the U.S. military's actions. They say that they have their finger on the trills nigger, and they talking something about executive orders, directions at the trills know. Like, they gonna get at your boy. I can't say all them words. I'm gonna let him say it. That's why I got his fist up like that, because this dude here is really talking hot and heavy right now, Mr. Ali Khamenei.
All right, now to this. The Iranian regime is escalating threats against the U.S., saying any attack will be considered an, quote, all-out war.
Let's bring in Victoria Coates, former Deputy National Security Advisor. So great to see you this morning. Thank you for joining us. So
now that's why they got rid of all their long-range stuff. All the long-range missiles. That's why they got rid of them, because of stuff like this.
These protests, which have been pretty violently put down, how are these protests, do you think, different from the previous ones we've seen?
Good morning, everybody.
Well, Charlie, good to be with you guys from the snow globe that is Philadelphia this morning.
Snow globe in New York,
they're different in a couple of different ways. For starters, these aren't caused by a single event. So not like the stolen election in 2009, the murder of Mahsa Amini in 2021, a sort of a catalyst. These are being caused by the systemic economic failure that is taking place in Iran. They can't prop up their currency to keep any kind of value in it. So if you sell something, a quart of milk for $2 today, that $2 is worth $1.50 tomorrow. You're losing money on every transaction. The regime can't fix that. So they've murdered some number of thousands of people. The totals are horrifying, but they can't oppress their way out of this because the protests will come back.
I have to say that's one of the smartest lines that I heard said. I like the way that she made the economical sense of it to let us understand what's going on. The money is not stable. So the people are going crazy out there, like, what's going on here? And then you have the nerve to be taxing us even more on what's on that sort of instability of a gallon of milk. Come on now, well, whatever the milk costs the next day, it's not even the same price. It's $2 or $3 lower. That's ridiculous right there. You cannot survive on an economy like that.
So that's the key thing that's different this time.
Right. And Victoria, we can show a map of the locations of U.S. Navy assets in the Middle East. It's obviously growing. President Trump called it an armada in comments. Do you think we're headed for a strike in Iran?
Well, he's certainly going to keep all of his options on the table. That's the key thing, Griff, is that the president, is moving these assets back in. And in the 12-day war last June, the Iranians were shown to be completely powerless against the Americans. So they can make all the threats they want, and the Israelis, by the way. And they're threatening this morning to close down the Strait of Hormuz, that little choke point at the mouth of the Persian Gulf, where about a quarter of the world's oil goes through every day. They can do that, but that's suicide for them economically. It goes back to that same problem.
Indeed.
So really.
See what I'm saying? They talk a real good game, but they couldn't even deal with us before. And we're not even talking about. Y'all know what we working with. Y'all know what we working with. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to make it make sense. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Come on, you guys, wake up. I know it's cold outside, but we hot in here. But don't take off none of your, oh yeah, come on now. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. We got to get on over to Minnesota. I want you guys to see a little deeper view of what was happening with the protests surrounding the hotel at the Hampton Inn. They thought that there were ICE agents supposedly staying at this inn. So what they did was they went down there to the Hampton Inn and started doing all of that crazy stuff that you saw the preview of in the prior clip. Let's get to it, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes. I want you to see this madness that was going on. Check this out.
All right, the cold weather didn't seem to stop protesters from swarming a Minnesota hotel overnight, which they believe is housing ICE agents. This is still going on.
It all comes as a Minnesota judge holds a hearing today after ordering DHS to preserve all evidence from this weekend shooting. Madeline Rivera live from Washington with the details. Maddie.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. This has become a familiar scene in
Quagmire's daughter, remember? Giggity.
Minnesota. Protesters gathering at hotels where they believe federal agents are staying, clashing with them and making any noise they can by banging drums or blowing whistles. In one instance, protesters attempted to push their way through a blockade that agents tried to form near a hotel's front door. The anger in the state has intensified after the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Alex Preddy. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says her agency is leading the probe, but state officials say they want to do an investigation as well, and they've secured a temporary restraining order blocking federal officials from destroying evidence. Minnesota leaders accuse federal authorities of blocking their access to the crime scene.
I don't care if you're conservative, liberal, or whatever, but you should at least be in favor of conserving evidence in a homicide. And to have to go get an order from a judge to preserve that evidence is extraordinary.
Let's get the rest of that off another clip. We're going to be moving forward to get some more of that gaggle as well as much more is what he said. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys, because yes, wanted you guys to see exactly what was going on out there. We got much more to get into. We got ICE in Minneapolis with Greg Bovino. 6 leave Minneapolis, possibly retiring. He may be retiring. Maybe getting up out of there, you guys. He may be getting up out of here.
Trying to be serious.
But also what I want you to see is how they're getting up in their faces. How they're like, that's like somebody really calling you out just to, bow, stay in your place. You guys let me know if you could take somebody treating you this way that you see what they're doing to them, to these ICE agents. And boy, are they pushing the limit. Watch this. I'm going to get this screen open real quick. We got Greg Bovino. He's going to be doing some speaking and a possible announcement about him retiring.
What are you doing today?
We're getting gas now. We stopped to get gas.
Other than that, what are you doing today?
Title 8 immigration enforcement.
And how's it going so far?
Fantastic. It's going good. A lot of good arrests today.
Greg, are you getting some thumbs ups, or is it all just people kind of angry and frustrated? What
Absolutely, quite a bit of thumbs up.
No,
we always do. So definitely more paparazzi here.
Now look at the dude shaking and what you call it in his face. I just want to know, he's better than me. I couldn't take it. Oh yeah, you saw somebody get the Shovington. That's called the Shovington. When get your ass up the, yeah, she got pushed down to the side over there. That's called the casualty of you need to get the hell up out the way. You know you ain't supposed to be over here. All right, now watch this little quick shove. There you go. Pretty rough, huh?
Our Title VIII immigration mission continues, unabated, here in Minneapolis.
Woo, boy, now, you know it's not only no, that's not the only place where it's happening at, right? Oh, boy, I told you guys, you think Minneapolis is popping. Now we're going to get on over to the status of the Haitians. You know what's about to happen? What is that, the HPV? I'm sorry, U.S. Temporary Protective Status for Haitians is going to end on February 3rd. That means a lot of people in how they say it? Sapase, got to go back to Haiti. What you guys feel about that? The Haitians that were here on temporary orders and temporary holds that can actually be here. Now, by February 3rd, they got to go. Double tap that screen and get these lights up, you guys. Giving you information from everywhere. We are a global show this day. We do everything. We go everywhere.
Thousands of Haitians living
That's
in
how
South
we do
Florida
it.
continue to wonder what's next because in just days, the Trump administration is ending temporary protected status for Haitians living in the United States.
And many are now preparing for possible deportation. Local 10's Leanne Morhone, is live. She's in Little Haiti. She spoke to one woman on TPS and her attorney as well. Leanne, what did they have to say?
I spoke to an immigration attorney who tells me that he has anywhere between 300 and 400 clients who will be stripped of TPS once that February 3rd deadline comes over. We can tell you as well that the Department of Homeland Security announced the end of TPS for Haitians back in November. We spoke to a 30-year-old woman who said she's been here since age 4. She graduated at the top of her class from a local high school. She works. She has a master's in civil engineering. She says South Florida is home. Her attorney describes what Haitians with TPS can do next.
My parents, they're both residents, and my sister, she's a citizen. And so all of my family is here. I don't remember anything from Haiti or what life is like over there.
Someone who's been in the United States for 10 years, at least, if they have a qualifying relative, a parent, a spouse, or a child who's a U.S. citizen or a resident, once TPS ends, they are referred to the court system, they'll be able to avail themselves of cancellation of removal, which is a path to a green card. We have people, unfortunately, a lot of people who already have a removal order, and the only way they've been able to remain in the United States is through TPS. For those, we have limited relief.
So you guys heard it. There's
On Friday,
two ways.
this letter was sent by members of Congress to President Trump and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, citing remaining instability in Haiti and the economic harm that losing so many Haitians will have on the country. It was signed by Frederica Wilson and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, among a few other Congress people. Coming back out live again, that deadline is February 3rd. That woman you just heard from says that she has had very difficult conversations with family members, with co-workers, trying to prepare them for the possibility of her deportation, but she says that she has faith in God that things will work out. For now, reporting live.
Oh boy, I don't know if God's gonna be able to help you with this one, boo, because that's an order right there, unless you want to be on the run. And I don't think that's a good idea either. Ooh, but then you got to go somewhere that you don't even know nothing about. I know you guys, how you feel about it. Get out of here, whatever like that, go back. But she has been here most of her life. So I think that there should be some exceptions. That's just how I feel. You guys don't have to agree with me. We got to get into a follow-up story from yesterday. One of the two of the two most hyped people right now that are in the news, actually, believe it or not. Who am I talking about? One of your favorite governors, straight out of California. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Gavin what? Gavin what? I'm going to let you guys say it because they don't like when I say that. Gavin and Scott Bessent. They still going at it. And I'm telling you, if there's any money to bet, I'm putting my money on Scott Bessent when it comes down to it, you guys. It's still not over. It's round 2. They coming out swinging. Let's see what they got to talk about.
War of words, Davos style. Gavin Newsom, the pompadour of pomposity, and Big Daddy Bessent standing on business. Just not that kind of business.
The Treasury Secretary Talked about a Barbie doll. I was
The Treasury of Secretary. I was like, yo, what the hell is he talking about?
as if he was reading a diary and had just broken up with someone. We're deeply in their head. I think the affordability agenda appears to be, I'm living rent-free in the Trump administration's head.
He really thinks he's going to be
All right,
president.
so if that's what's
y'all.
really in Bessen's diary, then I want to read the whole darn thing, but I don't think so. Especially if it's filled with zingers like this.
Governor Newsom, who strikes me as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken, may be the only Californian who knows less about economics than Kamala Harris.
His one line
And
is
let's not
crazy,
forget,
yo.
it was Newsom who picked this fight. You come for one of us, you come for all of us.
Well, this is diplomacy with Donald Trump. He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. One or the other.
Speaking of Newsom, California's failures were on display at Davos. Trump's AI czar, David Sachs, blasting the Golden State's proposed 5% wealth tax, saying, quote, before you propose new and unprecedented taxes, I think you have an obligation to taxpayers to make sure their money is being well spent.
And what's going on with the fires? Are they going to fix that spot up there? What's going on up there, y'all? I know a lot of people in California in the chat. Have they started to do any repairs on the homes, getting rid of some of the debris? Let's say what they had a lot of sanction, not a lot of stuff that they had to go through legalities in order to get you guys back, and all of the air quality tests and all of that. Have they begun to do that? Because I've been doing research and I haven't heard anything when it comes down to that topic.
The first place to look is with all this fraud.
Joining us now, California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton. Steve, great to see you. I would just call Newsom kind of...
No, we're going to get over here to see what Tim Walz have to say, because President said, you know what, Washington, Minnesota President Trump spoke with actual Governor Tim Walz about restoring order and how they plan to move forward. Like I said, I think it should be a point where they're leaving Minnesota right now. It's too crazy, even though they can do what they got to do and keep on moving forward. I think they should leave right now because there's just too much going on. And the president probably agrees with that as well. Let's get into this, guys. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward.
President Trump's hope and wish and demand for the resistance and chaos to end today. That's why President Trump spoke with Governor Walz directly this morning, and he has outlined a clear and simple path to restoring law and order in Minnesota. Number one, Governor Walz, Mayor Frey, and all Democrat leaders should turn over all criminal illegal aliens currently incarcerated in their prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with any illegal aliens with active warrants or known criminal histories for immediate deportation. Number two, state and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens who are arrested by local police. And then thirdly, local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted for crimes, especially violent crimes. If Governor Walz and Mayor Frey implement these common sense cooperative measures that I will add have already been implemented in nearly every single other state across the country, Customs and Border Patrol will not be needed to support ICE on the ground in Minnesota. ICE and local law enforcement can peacefully work together, as they are effectively doing in so many other states and jurisdictions.
All right, you guys, what do you think about that?
Back to the call.
I don't want to have no questions. I want to know what you guys think about that. My people, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's a smart idea? Do you think that's a good idea? My only question is this. How we always say, it sounds good, but are they actually going to fall for it? Are they going to do it? Do you think that they're going to say, you know what, okay, because all of those things that they asked were actually non-sanctuary city requests. So I don't know if that's going to work, you guys. They're probably going to give them pushback. You guys let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Okay, well, we got ice, baby. Okay, it's not rent free. You're charging us billions. Yeah, for nothing. Iranian, please, USA, send help. Walls made a deal, right? Now a new guy stepped up and tries to profit off the stall. Okay, you guys, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. We got to get on over to West Virginia. Pretty crazy situation here where we got this woman that was accused of plills knotting. Oh, another one, you guys. I can't say these words, but she don't look like she can do nothing to nobody but maybe a donut or a Twinkie. I don't know about harming anybody. Maybe some food, or a whole side of a cake or something like that. A wedding cake at that somebody can jump out of. But what she said that she was going to be able to do, I don't think it was possible for her. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Double tap that screen and go on over to Jackson. Let's go.
On Monday with new information in the assassination plot of President Trump based in Jackson County, West Virginia. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Amanda Barron.
And I'm Marilyn McAuliffe. 13 News reporter Sarah Davis joins us now from outside the Jackson County Courthouse. Sarah, this all started on TikTok. What can you tell us?
A Ripley librarian was arrested over the weekend on terroristic threat charges after she allegedly led a social media scheme to make plans and then recruit others to assassinate United States President Donald Trump. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office says 39-year-old Morgan Morrow was arrested Sunday after an investigation found statements made on the internet linked to her, suggesting a plot to assassinate Trump.
Well, at least you know how big the bones is on a big person. If you look at that sweater, give you an idea how big her bones are. Lord have mercy. Talking about she gonna, what? You ain't doing nothing. You ain't harming nothing but a side of beef. Shut up.
That TikTok post included the phrase, quote, "Surely a sniper with a terminal illness can't be a big ask out of $343 million. Sheriff Ross Mellinger says threatening comments of that nature were found on multiple.
So yeah, this is the words that she said. This is what she said.
Found statements made on the internet linked to her, suggesting a plot to assassinate Trump. That TikTok post included the phrase, quote, "Surely a sniper with a terminal illness can't be a big ask out of $343 million. Sheriff Ross Mellinger says threatening comments of that nature were found on multiple online platforms. He says social media only amplifies this type of intolerable violence.
When you saddle up on the horse of stupidity, you have to be prepared for the ride that follows. And that's kind of where we're at with it. It clearly crossed the line. And,
that's a good one.
And we're just trying to do our part and making sure that it's not acted upon and there's no one that's following her footsteps to try to carry out the plan.
I didn't hear about the lady last week that did this. Why people still doing stupid stuff like this? They got one lady, you already saw her, they came to her house and she was like, why? Can I get my headphones? They was like, you ain't gonna need your headphones, but you going, watch your head. Yeah, got her locked up. Are you serious? Making threats like that on the internet just because you riled up? You have to be very careful with what you type on these people's internet. Trust me, I'll tell you. I know.
According to a criminal complaint, Morrow, who was a librarian at the Jackson County Public Library, did admit to posting the statement and intending to threaten Trump.
She got some big bones, huh?
But said she wasn't planning to personally carry out anything. Morrow was formally charged with the felony of making terroristic threats and transported to South Central Regional Jail. Her bond has been set at $75,000. The Jackson County Public Library did issue a statement following the arrest saying, quote, "The views expressed are made in an individual capacity and do not represent the position of the organization. We are addressing the matter eternally in accordance to our established policies and procedures."
Is that a public servant right there where it's really hard to get rid of those people when they work for like the post office or certain places? So that's probably what they got to go through to get rid of her, is what they basically trying to say. Because she going to get the hell about that. Trust me, she ain't going to be working there no more. They're already like, look, that has nothing to do with us. And guess what? We're working on getting her the hell up out of here. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys, if you appreciate the content that we're getting right now. Because we got to get on to President Trump, who said there's a possible situation going forward where there's a possibility we may be ending up in another shutdown. He's also talking about capping credit card interest to 10%. Sounds like he's focused on the American economy right now. So what do you guys think? Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and get these likes up. Let's see what we got over here with this.
Welcome back. Now a look at where stocks ended a shortened but very wild week. Large swings in reaction to developments over a deal with Greenland. And we got the final read on third quarter GDP showing the economy grew at the fastest pace in 2 years, now at 4.4%. That is a huge jump from the second quarter at 3.8%. The economy and affordability top of mind for President Trump. I asked the president why he's pushing now for a 10% cap on credit card rates.
I'm all for free enterprise and everything else, but you have a guy goes out and he's a little bit late on his payment, and he ends up filing for bankruptcy, right? 28%. Whatever happened to usury? Whatever happened? They used to have laws that you can't charge too much, but 28%, 30%, 32%. I don't think anyone knows that. I think they get a bill and they end up just going bankrupt.
Well, one analyst said it's going to cut earnings for the banks for between 5% and
deal.
16%.
It's a one-year deal. We got to let people get back on their feet.
And Jamie Dimon says that it's an economic disaster.
Now, what do you guys think about that? Them cutting the interest on credit cards from 22, 23, 28% on some credit cards to 10%. Would that help you guys out a little bit? I think so. I really think it'll help so also. And I think it'll help to get your credit rating up as well, possibly as well, because it won't be so hard when it comes down to your credit rating if you don't have so many blemishes.
They were destroyed. These people were destroyed during the Biden years. They were destroyed. We had the highest inflation in history. Look at inflation for the last 3 months. It's 1.2%. Last 3 months. It takes a little time to get there. And I'll tell you, the oil price is coming down so much. Gasoline. When you get gasoline down to less than $2. And we've largely done that. It's coming down, and it's coming down. We're drilling more.
I'm going to ask the question because that's how we are interactive over here. I want to know, is your gas $2 now? What's the gas price and where you at? I appreciate it, you guys. Just do me that favor. I know you guys drive, so let me know. What's the gas price where you are? And let me know what state you're talking about and what city you're in. How much you paying for gas right now? What we got over here? We got $2.30. Let me know what state is that, though. Michigan is $3. Okay, $2.59 in Baltimore. We got North Carolina at $2.29. I pay almost $4 a gallon. You must use like some premium or some high-end stuff here. You must use a lot. Doesn't look like it's reflecting yet, you guys. Not yet, but maybe in places like Maine a little bit. And Delaware, no, it's $4 over there too. $2.55 in Columbus, Ohio. California is $4 and change. God damn, Gavin Newsom need to do something about that. What's going on out there? It's almost $5. Sheesh, $2.50 in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's crazy. I think we need some help out here. One place is $2.47. That's our SC. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Than we've ever drilled. We have more coming in, and we just took over, as you know, 50 million barrels of oil from Venezuela.
Okay.
And they gave it to us. They had to get rid of it. They gave it to us. It could be close to $5 billion. No, we're doing really well. Our country is, you report on it better than anyone else. Our country is doing as well as it's, I think it's done better than it's ever done.
Are you going to release a budget next month? And do you want to see another reconciliation package?
Well, I think we have a problem because I think we're going to probably end up in another Democrat shutdown because that's the only way. When we came out with the numbers over 5, everyone was shocked. But remember, we would have been up 1.5 points more. We would have been at 6.5, maybe more than that, except for the shutdown. The shutdown cost us a lot. And I think they'll probably do it again. That's my feeling. We'll see what happens.
So will you?
Oh, boy.
You release a budget?
We're going to have a budget.
What's in the budget?
What's too early? We have a long way. That's an eternity. When you talk about a couple of weeks in this world, that's an eternity. But we're negotiating the budget right now. We're negotiating health care. I don't want the insurance companies to get the money. I want the money to be paid directly back to the people. And when it comes back to the people, by the way, everyone is in love with it. Mm-hmm. You know what happened? I'm looking and on your show, but I'm looking and I'm reading the papers and I'm seeing that these insurance companies are up 1,000%. They're up 1,700%, 1,400%. And I said, what the?
Now I see why people don't mind the Luigi Mangione situation. I'm sorry, you guys. I take that back. 1,000%, 700%. Lord, nobody see a return like that except a bandito. Let's keep on moving forward. If you guys appreciate the content that you're getting right now, I really would appreciate if you double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're actually trying to get up to 70,000 subscribers. We would really love that and appreciate it too. Let's keep it moving forward, you guys, because now we got Kash Patel, who said something that somebody in the chat said yesterday. They said this. They said Americans can't bring a loaded pow to a protest. I don't know if you're here today, but you definitely typed that in there yesterday and I read it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. I remember somebody typing that in there.
Now, the Trump administration is responding to the second fatal shooting this month of an American citizen in Minneapolis at the hands of a federal agent. ABC Justice and Homeland Security reporter Luke Barr joins me now with the latest. Luke, Kash Patel appeared on Fox News Sunday today saying Americans cannot bring loaded firearms to protests. What else did he have to say?
Yeah, he did, and we do have some sound of that. Let's take a listen to what the director said first here, Ike.
Good morning,
But
Scott.
as Secretary Noem said,
What's up, Jeff?
no one
Jeff
who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with 2 full magazines. That is not a peaceful protest, and you do not get to touch law enforcement. You do that anywhere, this FBI is going to be leading the charge to arrest those.
Yeah, Ike, and he also said that, quote, you cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest. He said it's that simple. You don't have that right to break the law and incite violence. And he also confirmed in that Fox hit that the Department of Homeland Security is actually leading this investigation with an assist from the FBI. He said that the FBI is in possession of the firearm and they're running tests, but so far it's a DHS investigation, Ike.
Also, you forgot to say that he was legal to carry. I'm just going to say it's just like it's in New York. If we're possible to carry, they do have areas that they say you can't carry in. Ballparks, let's say when you're going to like the theater and stuff like that, I guess they do have places where it's in the law where you're not supposed to carry. And I would assume that let's look at it 2 ways or a couple of ways. You want to bring that with you to protect yourself at the protest from anybody trying to beat you up because you heard about what's going on out there. That could be a reason. Or it could be more. Another reason as well. Probably planning on doing something with it or whatever. Why you got 2 clips, I don't know. Or, I don't know. Could be a number of things. You know how we are over here. I try to think 5 or 6 different ways of the possibility why somebody did something, but one never knows, especially if they can't get the information from the horse's mouth. Just want you guys to know we're going to double tap that screen and get those likes up right now because I really would love for YouTube to put that signal up. What does that do? It gets more people over here. All you do is tap that button, hit that like button, and more people come over and say, hey, what's going on over here? And we show them what we got, and they stay, and we just keep on moving. Because I like for people to know about stuff like this, as well as what's going on right now with this major agents that are issuing warrants in multiple zips. You guys know anybody that lives in Arizona that works in zips? Well, guess what? Zips Grill locations across the valley. They going in there, you guys. Y'all ready? Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby, get them! That's right, you guys. They're in Phoenix, Arizona right now, and they're running up inside of zips, and they're, issuing warrants. You know who I'm talking about, right? Get over here.
The first Homeland Security investigations are making headlines today in Arizona, serving federal search warrants at 15 locations around Phoenix. This is the scene at multiple locations across the valley here. As you can see, crime scene tape and law enforcement presence.
This is video from the Zips location near Miller and Camelback. After months of anticipation over the last week, we've seen an increase in ICE presence. Officials say these actions follow an investigation into federal law violations, all greenlit by a federal judge. Our Lillian Donahue is at this location. And Lillian, what can you tell us so far?
Well, we know that we heard reports from people as early as 4:15 that agents came to this location.
Well, they don't have the same amount of people out there as they do in Minneapolis, but they do have one rioter out there that's pushing back with her little, pushing back at the zips.
Here off of Camelback and Miller. You can see behind me, though, since then, there's certainly been a group of people who have come outside here to protest the operations here. Just as you said, federal law enforcement, they're executing those search warrants at 15 different locations here at Zips. There's been folks with whistles, there's been folks with signs, bullhorns, etc. I spoke with multiple folks that were inside. First and foremost, some employees came out very rattled. They were shaken up. Agents, they said that agents had everybody stop and give them their information. That's currently what's going on right now. I was told by somebody about 20 minutes ago that there's still about a dozen employees inside as this investigation is going on. I also spoke with a customer who was having dinner, a late lunch here at Zips, and they said that agents came in, told them to leave, that everything was going to be taken care of, And that was that for that customer. Now, that customer I spoke with, he said he was supportive of this operation, that he didn't know exactly what this operation was, you know.
Yeah, so they're in Phoenix right now, you guys. They're all over now. You know, they're in New York now too, right? I just hope that they don't go over there on Dykeman or nothing like that up there by Washington Heights, because that'd be real messed up, you know what I'm saying? Over there by the, yeah. You know what I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna get down like that. They say snitches get stitches, and I ain't trying to get none. Gotta look right for the show. Ain't trying to come up in here tomorrow looking like Martin. You'll be like, what happened, Bugatti? Yeah, yesterday episode. Remember when I told him where to go? Be looking like Martin's head after Thomas Hearns hit him and sent him through that wall backwards like this. Let's keep on moving forward to Washington right now, because your boy's about to get set up. I gotta just put it out there. Yesterday we spoke and let Jasmine Crockett speak with Jack Smith. Today, we're gonna get a couple of questions from Thomas Tiffany, who's gonna be questioning Jack Smith in a special council meeting. And he's going to be questioning him on all of the stuff that Jasmine Crockett was talking about when she was building up Jack Smith, saying that he was the proper person. And if he would have still had the chance, he would have convicted now President Trump. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got to keep on moving forward on this, because this is some heat right here. Let's go.
Yields back. The gentleman from Wisconsin is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In 2010, Mr. Smith, did you work for the President Obama's Department of Justice?
Yes, in 2010, I was the chief of the Public Integrity Section.
During that time, did you have any contact or connection with Lois Lerner with the Obama IRS?
Yes, I was new to the Public Integrity Section. I was the chief. I was trying to learn about issues I had not been at.
Did you attempt to work with Lois Lerner and the IRS to investigate nonprofits?
What I did was I asked for a meeting with the IRS about nonprofits.
So the simple answer is yes.
Well, I didn't ask to work with Ms. Lerner. They sent Ms. Lerner. That's the person who came to this meeting. I met her once.
And they went after Second Amendment groups, correct? If you remember correctly, that's what was the offshoot of it, that Second Amendment groups that tried to gain nonprofit status, they were slow rolled through the IRS. Do you recall that?
Separate from this, there was an investigation of that that I was a part of in public integrity.
Did you prosecuted Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell? This was asked earlier. You prosecuted him, correct?
I was part of the prosecution, yes.
And that ended up with that decision ended up being unanimously overturned by the Supreme Court, correct?
Here we go.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, including Justice Ginsburg joined in on that opinion, correct?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. You also prosecuted John Edwards and Bob Menendez, and those both ended in mistrials. Is that right?
The John Edwards case did. The Menendez case, I had left the Public Integrity Section by the time that case was tried. I wasn't.
So, Mr. Chairman, what we heard from the other side here is that this gentleman is the gold standard for prosecution here in the United States. So think about it. We had a witch hunt done by the IRS going after Second Amendment groups, unanimously overturned by the Supreme Court. Prosecuted two prominent political figures, and they ended up as mistrials. That's the gold standard here in America. I would just say this, Mr. Chairman. If Mr. Smith ever works for the Department of Justice again, I would recommend a remedial course on the First Amendment to the Constitution. Before I yield the rest of my time, Mr. Smith, I just have one other question. Is there any historical precedent for an alternate slate of electors to be sent to Congress? Has that ever happened before?
That had happened, not anything similar to this situation, but you're correct. It was in Hawaii. I think it was Hawaii in, I want to say the 1960 election.
Homeboy did his homework. You might as well be saying abba-dooba baba-beeba.
So it has happened before that there was an alternate slate of electors that was sent to Congress, which...
Yeah, you already see it. You see it in his face. He's all up against the wall. I don't know how you guys looked at that, but I was like, yo, he had him pinned up, and he was just asking him basic, calm questions. So you did drop... What time did you drop the 40? Go to the Chinese... We went in there about 11:40, 11:45? Wait. Now you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? Double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. We got to get on over to Washington. We're going to be reporting some public funds that have been abused in Minnesota. And Tim Walz, come on, buddy. You're going to have to come speak to Congress about this real soon, buddy. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. That was a rough one right there.
Minnesota's long-running fraud problems are back in the headlines. Right now, a House Judiciary Subcommittee is holding a hearing, and it's called When Public Funds Are Abused, Addressing Fraud and the Theft of Taxpayer Dollars. And independent journalist Nick Shirley is one of the key witnesses there. Nick Shirley's videos on YouTube have millions of views and ignited a national conversation around the alleged schemes. But the hearing is not the only problem facing Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. He's staring down some big ones. He faces a congressional investigation into that social services fraud. The House Energy and Commerce Committee will lead that probe. In a statement, the committee said, quote, "The extensive fraud schemes being perpetrated in Minnesota have wreaked havoc on government-funded health programs. We have an obligation to ensure finite taxpayer dollars are not being used irresponsibly and that the most vulnerable Americans are not being exploited to the benefit of fraudsters and foreign actors." Before today's hearing, Nick Shirley sat down with Fox.
Some locals inside Minnesota started telling me about the fraud. However, at that time, they were too afraid to speak out against the fraud because they're afraid of the backlash they might face inside of their own communities. And so over the past few months, I've been acquiring information, and the man in my video, the man by the name of David, he had all the information regarding all of the fraud.
In focus now, Republican Congressman Chip Roy of the great state of Texas, member of the House Judiciary Committee, and he's also running to be the next Attorney General for Texas. So you are digging in deeper on this with Governor Tim Walz. So far, what are we looking for to learn?
Harris, great to be on, and I want to applaud my good friend Andy Biggs, who's running for governor of Arizona, for holding this hearing and bringing Nick in front of the committee to help further expose the rampant fraud that was very clearly on display in Minnesota. And now I think, to answer your question, both looking at Governor Walz, but also looking at Keith Ellison, and what did they know and how much did they know, and did they basically engage in conspiracy to help carry out this fraud?
You guys remember the Quality Leering Center, right? That's where you just leer at someone. What the hell does leering mean? I still want you guys to help me with that. Can anybody in the chat do me a favor? I know it sounds crazy right now, but what the hell is leering? What does that mean? I know they meant learning, but what is leering? Like, what the hell? Who made them write this? Like, seriously? The Quality Leering Center. So you're just leering at someone? And what does leering mean? This is crazy right here.
Right, there's very clear indications, recordings where you have Ellison sitting in the same room with Somalis and they're asking for help. Then he ends up getting political contributions. Tim Walz was neck deep in this, understood fully what was going on with respect to the fraud. And the question is, did he help them cover it up? I think we need to look at all of that because taxpayers deserve to know. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And you know, Harris, you and I talked last year during the debate over the big, beautiful bill, where some of us were fighting hard to try to get those Medicaid work requirements and other reforms in place to limit fraud so that we could guarantee that what Medicaid is going out are going out to American citizens and going out to people who are deserving of those benefits. And so the American people deserve to know how their taxpayer dollars are being used. But most importantly, you know, we need to look to see whether there was criminal activity and what did the leadership of Minnesota know.
I want to know how much of it, if any, went to ISIS, Al-Shabaab.
Ooh, I do think it's a word, though. I'm not even gonna like BS you. It sounds too clear to not be a word. It's like almost like a Learjet, but I know they spell that with 2 E's. I do actually think leer may actually be a word, believe it or not. Like clear, you know, I don't know. Let's keep on moving forward. Because over here, you know what we like to do? We like to be fair with everybody. We like to show both sides of the coin. We don't just play one side because that would not be being fair and impartial. So what we have to do is we got to talk, we got to listen, and we have to learn from everybody. And then we make our own assumptions, you guys. That's what we do over here. Let's get on over to someone that I know that you love. And I say this sometimes in a jokingly manner, but when I say it this time, I really mean it. I'm talking about none other than someone that says, let's be fair and hear multiple views, like I said, from Alex Preddy. No other person than AOC. That's right. She has a response to what's going on here, you guys. And like I said, we got to be fair and let everybody get their opinions out. So that's what we're going to do right now. We've got AOC right now who responds to Alex Preddy.
From New York. Congresswoman, I just want to read this part from Christina and get your reaction. This is how she describes the video that many Americans have seen with our own eyes from at least 2 or 3 different angles. This is what she said. First of all, she said multiple times that this individual, Alex Preddy, attacked the officers. But here is her first official statement. She said, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around, an agent fired defensive shots. She also said that the suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage. Your reaction?
Well, of course, what we're seeing is Secretary Noem and the Trump administration asking the American people to not believe their eyes, to not believe their ears, and to not believe what they are seeing right before them. They are instead asking you to give up your belief in your own senses and instead hand over your belief into anything that they say. I'm not asking the American people to believe me or her, but to believe themselves. Look at it for yourself, and what you will see is an innocent man being executed in the street. And it only goes further to show, she's stating herself, that ICE and those officers, those federal agents, prevented local law enforcement from securing the perimeter of that crime, from securing the perimeter of that for proper investigation. Moreover, Jake, I want people to recognize and see the sequence of actions and claims that she is making in her statement. Because in directing this around Mayor Frey, in directing the language that she was using about Governor Walz, claiming that they are, quote unquote, inciting, that their resistance and difference from this administration, that their political difference in policy from this administration, she is equating disagreement with incitement. And in doing so, in using the specific language and rhetoric that she's using, she is laying the groundwork in alignment with what President Trump said and what White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt said, because she is talking about and laying the rhetorical groundwork for the Insurrection Act in terms of their language earlier this week. In fact, her contrast with the other states and municipalities that she talked about. She talked about Memphis, she talked about Florida, and she talked about Texas.
I know that was rough, you guys. I know. I can't take no more myself. Normally we do 2 minutes over here, but then we always got that person in the chat that say, why did you cut it off? A little longer, Bugatti. Just go a little longer, because you know they're going to try to say you're trying to pick sides. And I'm not trying to pick sides. That's why I try to play all news. CNN, Fox, ABC, AP, PBS, whatever it comes from, because I keep on telling you guys, we just want to see what's going on around here. We talk, have dialogue on this platform. We have the #1 chat on YouTube from the 6 o'clock hour till we're done. And that's the reason why we play these clips. My entire job here is to show clips and then make sure that we're keeping things going, making sure it's on time so that we got a good thing going on, right? Your job is to keep the dialogue going and staying on topic. That's all we got to do here. But what I need many people that are stopping in right now, maybe new, don't know too much about the channel to understand is we take information from everywhere. And the fact that we're adults, grown, and can make our own decisions, we make our own decisions the same way we decide, hey, I'm gonna go wash my butt. Hey, I'm gonna go brush my teeth. So don't think that just because certain platforms we're watching, we're just, stuck into that. It's not what we do over here. And we're not just stuck on one side. No, I'm not a Democrat, not a Republican, and I'm not an independent. I'm independent to me and what I think needs to happen. And sadly, nobody out there doing it right as far as I'm concerned. Call me on that one. Double tap that screen and get those likes up right now, because we got a shameful pastor. Yeah, this pastor saying that what happened with his church is very shameful. You guys know what I'm about to get into, right? The commentary from the pastor who spoke about Don Lemon, who broke in on their worship. I don't think that that was right. No matter how you worship and where you go, I don't care if it's the Jewish populace people. I don't care if it's Muslim. I don't care if it's Christian. You deserve to be able to worship in peace and not have nobody break in and bring their views. And that's like them stupid people that try to get walking on a highway and stuff like that, trying to shut down the roads. Meanwhile, you got to get to work because you got to get paid. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. It's like they want everybody to be a part of their crap. No, I don't think so.
In St. Paul, Minnesota is considering legal action after anti-ICE activists stormed their church last week. Watch.
Renee Good! Renee Good!
Now, if this was people that was beefing with y'all, that had a problem with you, all right, it makes sense. This is the churchgoers. I mean, what's this about?
Unbelievable. Joining us are Jonathan Parnell, lead pastor at City's Church.
Someone in the chat said, why are they going towards police? It was worse earlier, man. You didn't see that dude banging inside, banging all up. That's like when somebody, you walking and they're this close to you, just clapping their hands. And then you got to think about it. All the time you outside, all you hearing is whistles and horns going constantly. That has to play on their mental. And then when you want to get over there and start pushing them and all of that, they're already on the edge. They're human beings just like anybody else, you guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's get the hell out their way. If it was a D-rug dealer, honestly, in Harlem somewhere, or you go up to Washington Heights or something like that and get in somebody's way, get up in the police way. Pop, pop. Oh my, what happened to him? Oh, I don't know. He got in the way. Exactly. I'm sorry, but that's what happens. What? And I'm not saying that it's what happens and that's what should happen, because it should not. But you should also not interfere with police situations and police business. No, you don't do that.
Minnesota, who was leading worship when those anti-ICE agitators stormed
This is the pastor who was leading worship.
Church, and the church's attorney, Renee Carlson, general counsel for True North Legal. Thank you for being here. Pastor, let me start with you. Now that you've had a week to reflect on what was clearly not a peaceful event that just stormed your church, what do you say to those agitators after a week's sort of reflection?
Yeah, Griff, first, thank you for having us on the show. And I just want to emphasize that the heartbeat of our church is the worship of Jesus. And so we like to say that Sunday is the best day of the week. And we gather on Sundays, like we did January 18th, to worship Jesus. And it was actually in the highest and holiest point of our service that someone began to approach me and begin to yell at me. And that was very unsettling. Several folks at that moment actually scattered, fearful that it was a shooter situation. Children were obviously terrorized. Mothers were terrorized. The group began to just kind of emerge and chant with anger. They tried to incite violence among our men. Several people were taking cover. And, I'll say now what I said then. It was a shameful moment. It's not the way.
Yeah, and some of those agitators really physically getting in your space and shoving you. That included Don Lemon. Did you have any message directly for Don Lemon?
Yeah, my message for Don Lemon, my message for the agitators, it's that one thing I think that we have in common with at least some of the people who came into our building is that we're heartbroken over what's happening in our cities right now. There's a lot of pain in our cities, and we need healing. We're asking for God to send healing, and we believe that healing comes ultimately in Jesus Christ. And so what we preach is that God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. And so my message to those agitators, my message to the governor of our state, to the state attorney general, my message to both mayors of our cities is to turn from your sin, trust in Jesus Christ, and be saved. He is our only hope.
Renee, let's talk about legal actions that City's Church may be considering. Walk us through it.
Well, before we get to that, I just want to set the tone here. In Minnesota, we have a state attorney general who has been completely hostile in this situation, who is siding with agitators. Not only that, is mocking the church. There is absolutely no constitutional right, no First Amendment right to invade a church. At the end of this service, or at the end of this protest and ambush on the church, we have these agitators saying, who shut this down? We shut this down. That is absolutely unlawful. And to Mr. Lemon, there is no press pass to invade a church. This is a violation of the FACE Act. In fact, the state attorney general here in Minnesota could bring a civil action if he wanted to hold these agitators accountable. So far, we haven't seen any of that. So the church is prayerfully considering what their next steps are to be sure that City's Church and the members of City's Church remain protected, as well as every church across the state in Minnesota. We have to make sure this does not happen again to anyone in a holy sanctuary and a house of worship.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna say it. I don't know a lot of people in the chat probably waiting for me to say it too. I bet you won't do that at no Southern Baptist church where Mamie and them is up in the choir. I bet you won't do that. I bet you won't do that where Deacon Jackson is at the back door and you got Reverend Fry up there. I bet you won't do that up in there. And the other, you might run up into Reverend Make Me Rich. Hey, hi everybody. Y'all not giving up enough tithes right now. Y'all know which one I'm talking about off in Living Color. When Damon Wayans get to, y'all have sinned, you know. When him and Jim Carrey get up there, that's one of my favorite skits. What if they run into one of them reverends? He'd be like this, oh yeah? Don't play around in no Southern Baptist or no you mess around the wrong Christian church. Yeah, Tommy gonna go out to the truck. Yeah, I brought the suit, Susan. But you know I got old standby in the truck out there too, right? Don't you mess around with the wrong people? Yeah, oh, you want to do this on the Lord's Day? You must want to go meet him today. Just double tap that screen and get those likes up today. I'm not playing around when it comes down to coming to no church, but anybody's praising the Lord because you playing around with my release day. All through the week, I got to deal with all this nonsense. I go to church so I can talk to God, so I can release all of the stress. I don't need you bringing that in there because I might just, don't say this, don't say that, change your lyrics, and snap. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. We got this viral video of San Antonio where this truck loses control before it smashes into a highway sign. And this is crazy right here. I thought it split in half. It was crazy. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I just don't like stuff like that. Like I said, you would have came in my church on 111th Street and 8th Avenue doing all that. It would have been like a Bronx Tale. Now you can't leave. Boop bap, boop bap, boop bap. Lord, we gonna tear them up in the name of the Father, the Son, and they gonna wish they had the Holy Spirit with them the way we gonna issue it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get these likes up. Let's go.
A viral video seen millions of times shows a truck losing control on I-35 near North New Braunfels, smashing into a highway sign and sending it crashing down. This shut down traffic for hours. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez spoke with a man who captured the chaos on camera.
This is crazy.
Amador Rodriguez says when the crash happened, he was speechless, but managed to stay calm through the chaos.
Yeah, it was shocking, but to be honest, I kind of saw it coming. My gut was telling me it was happening.
Amador Rodriguez says he was driving his son to a basketball game, heading north on I-35 just after 8 Saturday, passing the downtown area, when a truck merged onto the highway.
He just went all the way across the lane.
As Rodriguez continued to drive on I-35 north, he says the driver of the truck started driving erratically.
He had like hydroplaned or something on the left side, but he managed to keep it in strike. He kept going.
That caused Rodriguez to be on alert, and for safety, he decided to stay behind the truck. He says when he passed under 281, he knew something was wrong, so he decided to start recording the truck on his phone. He says he couldn't believe when he captured the truck going off the road and slamming into the pole of a highway sign just before the New Braunfels exit, causing the sign to come crashing down.
I felt
That's why I thought it split, because you see the top of it, y'all?
Panic. I felt a little bit of Like, is this thing going to come all the way down? Is it going to stop? The debris fell down a little bit, but I gave it just a little bit of gas just to go.
Rodriguez says he immediately stopped recording and called SAPD,
That
but
was
didn't stop because
crazy,
he
right,
didn't want to
Dapple?
put his son in danger.
Yo, Tara,
According to
that
a
was
police
crazy.
report, the driver of the truck was a 29-year-old man who said he was cut off by another driver and lost control. He was taken to the hospital with minor injuries and was expected to be okay.
We just got to be aware of your surroundings all the time.
Rodriguez says he is
believe
glad he didn't panic when the sign started falling down and says things could have been worse.
And I'm thankful, very thankful that sign did not fall on me and my son.
Mike Jimenez, Kins 5.
Now, he said he kept on going because he didn't want to have his son get hurt and nothing. You know what I'm saying? He had to keep on moving. I would have did the same thing. Just call the cops and let them deal with that and pray for him. Just double tap that screen. I want to hope that the person got out of that okay. And I hope it's not like an emergency where it's a medical issue, because we heard about that many times in the last couple of times that we played these clips. Want to pray for everybody that was affected in this situation, and hopefully no one got hurt. Amen. Let's keep it moving, you guys, because y'all know how we do over here. We got to keep it moving. We got to get on over to India. And I want to tell you guys, sometimes I see these clips, and a lot of times I just be wanting to bring them to you, right? But I really, because of certain things, I know I sound stupid what I'm doing right now, but got to go to India. You know what I'm saying? You know, they be having these trucks, and they always wonder if the president's truck can withstand certain things, right? Can withstand certain things, negative things. Can the planes withstand negative things if somebody tries to go at them to try to take them out? You know what I'm talking about. Can your truck withstand something like that? Can your vehicle withstand it? In India, there was a situation where the mayor, Mayor Ahmad Mitra Impan, the man sent something at the vehicle. Can't even say no more. Really can't. Just got to do it. Hopefully I'm good after this. Got to let you guys see. When I see the real, I got to bring it to you. You see it? Check this out. Now, you see that black Trizuk right there, right? That black truck? Got to have some type of, armor oil on it. You know what I'm saying? Got to have some type of armor oil or something like that on it, because that's what homie, sent that thing at. Now, the local media reported that despite that thing, going at the mayor's vehicle, was heavy, fire after that, chased the people down and whatever, got into a little scuffle afterward and got them, It's that van over there that sent that thing over there, from that direction over there. Now, security forces launched a pursuit of operation after the incident, targeting the people that did that. They fled in the gray and white minivan. I want to keep on moving forward, you guys, because I think that was about enough right there. And luckily, he had that armor all, because that thing was serious. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Think your boy don't be looking all kinds of places to get us content over here. And yes, that was what it was, and it did what it did. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, because now we got to get on over to Seattle, where we got this KidSAP county deputies need to identify suspects in this Kensington burglary. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Oh, you don't know we get busy over here? Stop playing with your boy. Hey, they provided. We're going to put it down. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. If you're not a member yet, what are you waiting for? Let's go up to 70,000 subscribers. And right now, give me all the money in your pocket. Give me all the money in your pocket right now. Give it all to me. Nah, you don't have to do that. I love tips and I appreciate it. But you know what? I also take tips and likes. So if you guys really appreciate the show right now, what we got going on here and all the hard work that we putting in, because we're still #1, that's right. I appreciate it if you can double tap that screen and get those likes up, because we got much more coming. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, to this situation over where they tried to identify these suspects in this burglary.
New video tonight shows a burglary at a cannabis processing business in Kingston. Kitsap County Sheriff's detectives are asking for your help to identify the 3 suspects.
How you gonna do all that and don't get up? I ain't even gonna say it.
Surveillance video from around 2:30 a.m. on January 13th shows the break-in at a cannabis business on Calvary Lane. The first suspect rushes in quickly, but the second guy enters much more cautiously several seconds later. The third suspect stands at the door with a cell phone and appears to be acting as a lookout. Video shows 2 of the men going room to room, kicking open doors. As they continue to ransack the place, you can hear one of their voices.
Get in here.
Video shows them carrying white bags of something and dropping them at the front door, where the third suspect was waiting. You get a good look at him as he seems to be...
What do you mean white bags of something? I see them buds through that plastic. Anybody in this video right now could see those buds busting through that plastic.
Directing them to continue searching. Detectives haven't said what was in those bags, but they ended up leaving without taking them. When they ran outside, a newer white 4-door Tesla with black wheels was backing up.
Open the door.
They jumped into the car and took off. Detectives described the larger suspect as black, weighing 300 pounds. He was wearing a black hoodie with Palm Angels in Old English style font on the front and a white skeleton on the back. The second suspect is also black, wearing a black mask, black hoodie, shirt and gloves, gray sweatpants, and white shoes. The third suspect is white and appears to have some kind of tattoo in the webbing of his right hand. If you can ID any of these suspects, please submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone for a cash reward of up to $1,000.
Uh-oh, so if y'all want to snitch for a G, all you got to do is hit up the Seattle Popo and get yourself $1,000 for telling on the people that tried to rob the cannabis biz out. But you know what would be crazy? Because I know how police get down, especially in New York. Oh yeah, they left with nothing. Oh yeah, you sure? You sure that they didn't leave with nothing and the police caught them and took the rest of it? Because it's happened plenty times now, you know what I'm saying? I done had this situation happen to me before. It was years ago. I got to keep it 100 with you. Put my hands up against the wall. Put your hands up against the wall. Then they go in your pockets or whatever like that. Okay, you go in your pockets. So you're like, okay, yo, get out of here. You ain't got nothing on you. Okay, cool. But then you turn around and you look at them and they go like this. They hold up $200, one for him and one for me. And I'm like, the hell does that mean? And then they drive off. And I'm like, these motherfuckers stole my money. Oh yeah, I'm calling you as I see it. I remember when y'all did that to me. Yes, you did do it to me and I'm gonna call you. I know you're probably not police officers no more, but you definitely took my $200. And I want it back. I want it back right now. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's keep on moving forward because y'all know where we're about to go with this. We're about to go to a situation with, so how can we do this? Let me see, which one can we do this with? Let's see how we can do this one. Actually, it's not too many we can do. It's a lot we can do it with. We can do my milkshake brings all again to the yard, and then like it's better than your. Or we can do what? That was fire right there, right? That's that Nori joint right there. You know who made that? That was the Neptunes. You guys know who the Neptunes was? That was your boy Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo. Well, Chad ain't too happy right now because that Neptune bread, he wasn't getting his 25%. So guess what? He's suing Pharrell and he wants $1 million because he claims he owns 25% of Nerd and he ain't been getting his dough. Let's get on over here. You guys double tap that screen to get these likes up because Chad ain't too happy right now. He's saying, where is my dough? Where is my dough? Mr. Louis Vuitton president.
Now new at 4:30, Virginia Beach native and music producer Pharrell Williams is facing a lawsuit. It's from his once longtime friend and music partner, Chad Hugo. The two started their music careers right here in Hampton Roads. But now Hugo says Williams owes him as much as $1 million. Emily Harrison joins us in studio. Emily, this sounds like a real falling out and really sad news for fans of this duo.
Yeah, Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams are behind some of the biggest music hits of all time.
True.
Together, they produced Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani, Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake, and Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg. But now, this relationship has landed in federal court. A once powerhouse relationship that started right here in Hampton Roads has turned sour. Chad Hugo, co-founder of the Neptunes, filed this lawsuit against his co-partner Pharrell Williams for more than $1 million worth of damages. According to the filing, Hugo says Williams withheld money and failed to report the accounting of their numerous shared businesses related to NERD Music LLC. Hugo says he did not receive his agreed upon 25% of the proceeds and claims he was denied access to the accounting records in 2021. Hugo's attorney, Brent Lehman, declined to comment to 13 News Now, but wrote in the complaint.
I was wondering what happened to the Neptunes.
That many of Hugo's songs are also, quote, missing from label portals. It's also not the first time the music producer has sued Williams. In 2024, Hugo filed a complaint against Williams for trademarks on music production and branding. A spokesperson for Pharrell Williams released a statement for that matter saying, quote, "We have reached out on multiple occasions to share in the ownership and administration of the trademark. The goal here was to make sure that a third party doesn't get a hold of the trademark." As for this latest lawsuit, Pharrell's lawyers have not responded to 13 News Now. Hugo's attorney says he is owed more than $1 million just from the group's latest album, No One Ever Really Dies. Now, both this case and the 2024 case are moving forward at the federal level. I've also reached out to the publicists behind NERD Music, the Neptunes, PW Branding, and Telemasco Incorporated, but I have not heard back. Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
What y'all think? Y'all think Pharrell kept that dough and didn't get that Chinese boy his money? Y'all think y'all think he did that? Y'all think Pharrell got up out of there and didn't get that boy his money and was like, I'm the one that made the beats. I'm the one that did this, and kind of like didn't pay that boy his money? I don't know. Allegedly, that's what Chad is saying. Let's keep on moving forward right now, because even though it never rains in Southern California, see you when you get there. I haven't seen your face in a year. I can't wait till I get there. I don't know what airline, girl, but I know I won't be late, because they tell me it never rains in Southern California. It never rains. That's right, we got to get on over to Southern California because it's raining right now. I'm talking about the skies all crying. Why? He can cut this lady pension off. She's 97 years old. How you gonna cut a pension off like that? The lady ain't dead yet. But let's get into the story real quick. Come on over to California. Now let's go slide down to Southern California, because we got a situation where a woman has been denied her pension as she received a letter telling her that she was dead. I'm not making this story up, yo. She 97, 94 years old. Maybe they got it messed up. But yeah, they told her she can't get her pension because she's no longer here. Let's get into it right now.
And it said termination of benefits due to her being dead.
Now on Eyewitness News at 5:30, a retired LAUSD teacher has been denied her pension. A 94-year-old got a letter claiming she's dead. The woman's family reached out to ABC7 to find out how something like this could happen.
7 on Your Side reporter Carlos Granda worked to get her answers and has more on her mission to prove she is in fact alive.
This woman is not dead, even though her California pension plan thinks she is.
Okay.
For decades, Gloria Wilson dedicated her life to teaching students in the LA Unified School District. Now 94 years old and living in Texas, she depends on her CalSTRS pension until it suddenly stopped coming.
It was scary. I was upset.
Wilson says she first noticed something was wrong when her monthly pension deposit never showed up in her bank account. Her daughter, Melva Williams, says the family soon learned why.
We got a letter, and it said termination of benefits due to her being dead.
I was really upset, and it disturbed me. And I couldn't imagine anybody saying that I was deceased when I wasn't deceased.
The letter left her stunned and immediately caused financial stress.
Oh, it was terrible because part of my monthly bills are taken out of my check. because it goes directly to my bank. And so I was really upset about it because, you know, you wouldn't want anything to be turned off.
William.
You see how her wherewithal and how good she's speaking on it? Give this lady her money back, please. I hope they got this lady her money back. Come on, y'all. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, because you ain't gonna see nothing like this nowhere else. They dead wrong for this.
Says she called the pension plan and was told she had to prove her mother was still alive. They were told to send a letter signed by Wilson and her primary care physician. The family says they sent it in twice.
Mother signed where she was supposed to, the doctor signed where she was supposed to, but it was something that one of their names needed to be printed, and one did printed where the other one should have.
William says it wasn't until a phone call just a few days ago that they were given an explanation. She says she was told this wasn't just happening to her mother.
The way he put it was any one of the retirees that had moved out of state and they have not a California prefix of something of that nature was running into trouble because of the new computer system that they had set up in October, I think. The basic thing is that just like my mother, they were declared dead or uneligible now or something, you know, of that nature. And I'm like, what? A computer glitch?
In a statement, the California State Teachers Retirement told me it is not related to an error or system problem and said, we regularly verify benefit payments for security reasons and to avoid fraud, and we're not aware of any benefit payments that have stopped incorrectly. If a member does ever have a payment delayed, we work as quickly as possible to reissue the payment.
So they basically owned it right there and said they was verifying it. They probably made a mistake in their verifications and thought that she was no longer alive. That's all that was right there. Let's call it what it is. We see it. No, get that lady her money back. She called in her daughter there. What y'all need, a photo? Double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. I hope that happens to no one else. But hey, sometimes you gotta stay alive. 94, God bless her, I'll tell you that. God bless this lady for being able to stay alive with a wherewithal, to be able to pronunciate, have good words and not be sick, and be able to hold it down and defend herself at the ripe age of 94. God bless her. Amen. That's right. Let's bless the lady. Let's get on over to Fullerton, where this other lady, she don't need such a blessing. She need a different kind of blessing. Any mothers in here? You have a car? Okay. Do you have a baby or a child? Do you have a car seat? Okay. This lady in Fullerton doesn't. Show you what she did. Let's double tap that screen to get these likes up, because somebody in the chat, y'all gonna be ready to jump out the screen and whoop this lady seriously. I'm telling you, I know y'all don't like to fight, but y'all gonna be ready to get it in on this one. Wood chipper on slow.
Our top story here tonight at 5, that heart-stopping video out of Fullerton. A child ejected from a moving car in a busy intersection. Tonight, his mother is charged with child abuse. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
I'm Jonathan Gonzalez in for Michael. Officials say that child is okay, but here's another look at that video. You can see the 19-month-old boy falling out of that white car, with a white car pulling up right behind him. And it's at that point his mother comes around and scoops him up off the street. Tonight, police say she's responsible for this.
NBC4's Keenan Willard live in Fullerton with a message we're hearing to.
That white car was not paying attention like crazy. Whew, I see y'all.
Tonight from police. Keenan.
Colleen calling this video terrifying, but that the situation was ultimately preventable. They tell me here in Fullerton that this video should really serve as a wake-up call for all families with young children. Video from a witness sent to Fullerton PD investigators shows the scene here last Tuesday. A black SUV turning from Euclid Street onto Malvern Avenue.
The black SUV makes a left-hand turn and a small child falls out of the vehicle.
The video shows a 19-month-old boy fall face down from the front passenger door into the street. The car behind stopping just feet away from the child.
Feet away, front tire, feet away, feet away.
A woman can be seen grabbing the boy and heading towards the driver's side of the car. Police today identifying her as the boy's mother.
We located the mother and child. They were people that lived in the city of La Habra.
Fullerton PD says the boy was taken to a hospital for his injuries and is expected to fully recover. The mother, 35-year-old Jacqueline Hernandez, was arrested and charged with felony child abuse. Police telling us this incident could have ended up much worse, and the video sends a strong message about car safety for kids.
I think it's a concern for anybody. The shock factor of the video, it hopefully just helps people realize, hey, if I have kids, I need to make sure that they're buckled in the appropriate seat.
Now, we did speak with the grandmother of the boy who came out in that video. She did not want to come out on camera, but she did say that her daughter, Jacqueline Hernandez, is still in jail as of this afternoon, expected to make her first appearance in court tomorrow. In Fullerton, Keenan Willard, NBC4 News.
Everybody don't need kids, y'all. How many people agree? Everybody do not need to have no kids. First of all, you need to have them in a child seat, number one, and strapped into the child seat. Supposed to be up to 12 or 13, 12 years or 11 years old. That requires a child seat in some states. I know I'm right about that because I got my license. I know what I'm talking about. What y'all got to say about this? Good. You glad that she's still locked up? Who that right there? That's Jay Cricket. That's what you saying. I know you. That's why you saying that. He's like, I agree. Exactly. She need to be locked up. Don't let her out yet. Straight up and down. Did you see that? And the tire was right. Oh, God, thank you so much because you intervened in that one. Another chance and another time where we praying to thank the Lord for something negative not happening. Beautiful. Thank you, Lord, because that food, it took a village in that one, in a spiritual village in that one. Lord have mercy, that would have been bad. I'm just telling you, that would have been bad. She was a clown. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up because we got another situation that I want you guys to prevent yourselves from. Sometimes when you get something cheaper, it's not always better. You get the cheap lotion, it's not as good. You get the cheap underarm deodorant. You playing ball and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You might as well spend a little more for the right stuff. Brakes. Don't get cheap brakes. You don't want to buy cheap third-rate brakes because you want your car to stop when you press the brakes. You know what I'm talking about? These are the basics in what I'm talking about. I got a situation over here where I guess people are buying illegal airbags. And due to the fact that they're buying these replacement airbags, and we're not sure where they're getting them from. We got a situation where there's deadly shrapnel that's starting to enter drivers. When I say enter drivers, that means upon the deployment of these said airbags, there's shrapnel that's entering inside of drivers when they get into different accidents. Double tap that screen to get these likes up. I want you guys to see what's going on over here. And I want you to make sure that if you ever have a situation where you got to get your airbags done, I want you to be anal about making sure that they're the right ones.
Hey, an urgent warning from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration about potentially deadly replacement airbags showing up in used cars all across the country.
Yeah, federal officials say that 8 drivers are dead, crashes that likely would have survived.
Sasha Jones is on your side with what a NHTSA administrator says every used car owner needs to check right now.
This warning isn't just for used car shoppers. It's for anyone driving a used vehicle, especially one that's been in a crash before. Federal investigators say 8 drivers have been killed and 2 others seriously injured, not by the crash itself.
Now, just to let you guys know, when I ask for likes, you hit the like button. YouTube sees all of those likes, and because of that, it sends up a signal. They see the heading, and then people start to come over here, and they get educated on stuff like this. I like to do it in motion so you guys can really understand why I like you to hit the like button. It's not about getting likes, it's about really getting more people over here. Definitely is. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Let's go.
But by the airbag meant to save them.
So what's happening, though, is that these are substandard inflators, and when they're in a crash, even a minor crash, they're deploying and overpressuring and shooting shrapnel to the face and chest of consumers, or of the drivers.
The Chinese manufacturer linked to these airbags, known as D&T, even says on its own website its products are not allowed to be sold in the United States. Yet investigators say these airbags are ending up in American cars, most often after a previous crash, when the original airbag gets replaced with a cheap illegal part.
somehow these inflators are being imported into the United States, and they're being attached to airbag modules, which are being sold, we think, through online marketplaces.
So far, all known deaths involved Chevy Malibus and Hyundai Sonatas, most with salvage or rebuilt titles. But officials warn this may not be linked to those vehicles. And here's what makes this so dangerous. Drivers often have no idea what airbag is inside their car until it's too late.
There's nothing worse than a piece of equipment that's designed to save your life in serious crashes, deploying and potentially killing you in minor crashes that you should walk away from.
NHTSA says if your used car was ever in a crash where airbags deployed, especially if it has a salvage or rebuilt title, get it checked now. If a D&T airbag is found, do not drive the car until the airbag is replaced with one that meets U.S. safety standards. You can report suspected illegal airbags to NHTSA. And the agency urges buyers to get a vehicle history report before purchasing any used car. You can do that through Carfax.
NBC Responds reached out to the Chinese company for comment, and we haven't heard back.
They might as well have a balloon in there, y'all.
This is one of the most urgent vehicle safety warnings we've seen in years, and it could affect families who think that they're driving a perfectly safe car. If you're buying a used car, experts say never skip the safety check. Sasha Jones, NBC6 News.
I don't know, man. They said that thing is deploying out of nowhere. It's just like having a balloon in there with a ticker on it. That's scary right there, you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I want to make sure that we're getting educated on stuff like this. We have the information to know what's going on out there and not just buying BS. Trust me, that's how I care about you, and I just want you guys to know that. So do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. I have to just go ahead and do this right now because earlier I basically lost it. I lost it. But I gotta go get it because, matter of fact, I didn't. I want you guys to see this clip right here. Because the same way I care about, on the driving tip, I care about what you eat. Because I am very picky about what I eat. They're saying that the levels that are in this is not harmful, but anytime we hear this word, we get scared. They're saying that a study in Florida shows that there's arsenic in some popular candies. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up.
Governor Ron DeSantis and Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo announced the findings of a food safety study today, and it looks at candy. They say the study shows some of the most popular candy sold in America has unacceptable levels of arsenic. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joins us live tonight in the Tampa newsroom, and these are popular brands we're hearing, Jeff.
Josh, from Nerds to Jolly Ranchers and Skittles, the Florida Department of Health said they found high levels of arsenic in some candies. A spokesperson for the National Confectioners Association is pushing back, questioning who set the levels in this test.
Jay Cricket says, Sky, don't play with them. You know you my girl from 6 to 8.
The study by the Florida Department of Health took a look at some of the most popular candies sold in stores, and First Lady Casey DeSantis called the study results disturbing.
Do you guys think that there's something going on with this? Do you care about it? I mean, the kids do eat this. I mean, arsenic in the candy. Do you hear this?
Concern here is not necessarily about one single piece of candy on one single day. The concern is when these products are consumed, as they realistically are, repeatedly over time.
DeSantis says the study tested 46 different...
Yo, Laffy Taffies, Nerds, Sweet Tarts, Trolls, Sour Bites, Hershey's Milk Chocolate.
Different candies from 10...
Jolly Ranchers Hard Candy Sour Apple, Jolly Ranchers, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Different companies.
Whoppers.
26 of the 33 traditional candy brands tested, arsenic was detected at elevated levels.
But a spokesperson for the National Confectioners Association questioned the study, saying chocolate and candy are safe to eat and can be enjoyed as treats as they have been for centuries. The recent announcement from the state of...
Somebody said arsenic builds up in the system.
Florida is misguided and demonstrates a glaring lack of transparency related to data-driven scientific safety thresholds and the evaluation of confectionery products. Casey DeSantis maintains arsenic can be harmful, especially to children.
Arsenic is a known toxic element. Long-term exposure, particularly during childhood, has been linked to developmental impacts, effects on the immune system.
The First Lady did point out the candy tested did not generally show elevated levels of lead, mercury, or cadmium and other problematic carcinogenics. Not all candies tested, however, did show elevated levels of arsenic. Josh?
So, Jeff, did the study suggest how much candy is acceptable? Because I know a lot of people, as you mentioned, you can't just have one.
You can't have one.
A handful or more.
Yeah, it did not. The study did not show that, Josh. And as somebody in the newsroom pointed out today, if you eat too much candy, diabetes may get you before the arsenic. So, as always, use moderation.
Hey, y'all, I don't know about that's why it's like you can't eat nothing now. The food, they're getting at us, you guys, the food. And I just really want to let you guys know about what's going on out here. It's so important. Sometimes we want to be ignorant and just eat what we want to eat. I care about you. Let me tell you something. I am so anal in the stuff that I eat. I'm talking about very picky. I'm not a young man, you guys. I'm telling you, I do 480 push-ups every single day, and I don't do full extends. I'm not gonna lie. I do shorties, but I do 240 on my go out. So I get down, I do 240 of those things. I say to myself, all right, you got to do 240, and then before you go to sleep, do another 240. Believe it or not, that's what I do to keep me up to par. And I do a lot of movement, and I get around a lot. And I walk a lot, and I make sure that I drink water. I have a lot of leafy greens. I make sure that I eat vegetables, even the ones that I do not like. Because, you know, when you get of a certain age, it ain't about, oh, that tastes good. It ain't. It's about survival and making sure that your body and your immune system can defend against all of this stuff that's going on, whether it's in the air outside, whether it's in those train stations, all of those toxins out there. You got to build your immune system up, you guys. Vitamin B, B12, things like that enrich your immune system. I'm very big on that. Anything that you guys can take to make it go, that's what I use. I used to be on that, what's that, black seed oil, all sorts of things. The lotion that I use, I get it from the Africans. I use shea butter, cocoa butter, the hard ones. Try to use the good stuff for yourself. You got to care about yourself, you guys. And get all that stuff off the back of your heels. Stop walking around here looking like you got Sandman heels on and all you got to do is scrape that stuff off. Soak your feet a little bit. Get yourself some shea butter and get that hard crust off the back of your feet. Let's keep on. I'm really talking to myself. I got it off mine, but I'm saying to myself, I know it had to be a lot of people that had these crusty dusties out here, boy. But yeah, I had them before, but not anymore. Clean your feet, put that nice shea butter on the bottom, and it's actually good for athletes' feet too. There you go, sending you guys a little more information. Let's get on over to Hillsborough. We got this sheriff that speaks out on an arrest of a former officer. And what he did, I don't even want to repeat. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen to get those likes up. Hope you appreciate the tips.
So let me tell you and explain how we got to this point. May 30th of last year, Paula and her family are going to California on a vacation. She leaves with the understanding that a good friend of hers, the neighbor, was going to take care of Milo, take care of his custody while she's gone. That day that she arrives in California, she gets a phone call from the neighbor saying, hey, I just found Milo deceased. Something doesn't look right. Paula explains to her that he's a 3-year-old healthy Maltese that has no history of any type of medical issues. Something's wrong. She comes home. She has conversation with her neighbor because her neighbor says, hey, I'm looking at the food in Milo's food tray and there's pellets in the tray. Do you feed him any type of special food? No, just the food that I leave you to give him. So she collects the pellets. When Paula returns home, there's a gap of time. I think there's 2 big mistakes that our suspect, Campuzano, made. One was at what extent a dog lover and owner will go in the pursuit of the truth. He also underestimated her investigative ability. He wasn't the only investigator in this relationship.
Okay.
And as a result, it ended up leading to his arrest. She takes the pellets, takes photos of the pellets and sends it out. Sends it out to everyone that she knows. Has anyone ever seen these pellets? and she starts getting some feedback that, hey, listen, this is a rodent poison. It's used for the eradication of gophers, rodents such as that. You know, that's what they use this for. So she takes it upon herself over the next several months. And on December 17th, from May 30th till December 17th, like a good investigator, she has that sixth sense. She has that sinking feeling in her gut as she's still dating this individual that something's just not right. Something's not right here. She asked her now ex-boyfriend, can I take a look at your credit card statement? Can I look it over the next several months? For some reason, like any suspect does at times, sure, you can take a look at it. She's scrolling down and she sees a charge for $8.01 at the nearby Tractor Supply store. Armed with her first lead in the case, she says, I'm going to Tractor Supply. She goes to the section where there's a rodent eradication section, and she goes down and she sees a gopher eradication poison. Lo and behold, total cost $8.01. So now, as a good detective, now it's time for the next step. She goes to Tractor Supply. She says, on this date, can you take this activity and pull it up? And this is what was charged. My boyfriend charged. They were cooperative. They gave her the receipt. Yeah, your boyfriend bought this poison, this gopher and rat poison, on this date.
Damn.
I'm sorry for saying this, but I've learned that this poison on any other animal that it's not intended for is an extremely painful death. Think about that. Think how calculated and deliberate this individual was. He bought this poison 2 days before she left town, knowing that his intentions were to kill this poor innocent animal. Scary.
Admitted to any New York juvenile detention center.
Yeah, you guys, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I'm sorry to have to show you stories like that, but we got to look out for people like that and be careful about who we keep or who we let our family members stay with. Because our dogs are our family members. There's been times where I let somebody watch my dog for me. I was going out of town, and then they call you and say, yo, the dog got off the leash. And all you want to say is, what the fuck are you talking about? The dog got off the leash. Aren't you a grown man? Like they just don't care the way that you do, and they don't look at things the way that you do. So I know how that feels right there. Terrible situation right there. And I hope that he got a lot of time. I'm gonna be following up on that case. I'm probably didn't get a lot of time because it was a dog, but I still think the way that he went about it was despicable. And she did say that she left him. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because anybody that treats a dog like that, a beautiful animal, because I think all dogs go to heaven and God sent them here in the first place as puppies. That's how I look at them. They ain't got no pockets, will never try to take nothing from you. All they care about is following you around, being your friend, want to get a couple of rubs and pet on you. Soon as you come in the house, they jumping all on you because they love you. Maybe he was jealous because of that. That's what she was giving him. That's what she was getting out of that dog, and he wasn't giving that to her, and he was jealous of the dog. Let's keep on moving forward. I don't play that when it comes down to the dogs, animals, and the kids. We got to get on over to Hillsborough. I'm sorry. That was Hillsborough. We're going over to New Jersey right now. We got a viral video of something that I needed yesterday. Y'all not going to believe this. They got a viral video of an autonomous snowblower at work. This thing is crazy. It makes you never have to leave your house, ever. Check this out, you guys. If you had this, trust me, you'd be getting paid.
As the snow piled up across New Jersey this weekend, one homeowner in Morris County decided to let a robot handle the cleanup while he stayed inside nice and warm. And now the video of his autonomous snowblower is going viral, racking up millions of views. Check that out. Here's Sandra Bookman.
All my friends say it'll never work.
Skeptics weren't hard to find, especially given the size of his driveway.
I have a big driveway. Over 6,000 square feet, over 300 feet long, up an incline. So this was a challenging driveway. If it could do this driveway, it can do most driveways, I think.
Instead of firing up a traditional snowblower this weekend, Tom Milani of Chester, New Jersey, put an autonomous one to the test. but he says it didn't come easy.
It takes a while to set them up. I'll tell you right now, this isn't for people that just want to buy something, take it out of the box and use it. I have probably 30 hours invested in assembling, programming it, walking it around my driveway.
Once programmed, the machine works on its own, starting when the snow does.
You turn it on when it starts snowing, and you just let it run continuously.
It ran through the night, in fact, returning to its charging dock as needed.
I had it running all night, and when I woke up this morning, my driveway's done.
Milani says this is a glimpse of how technology is changing everyday chores.
Well, that's how robotics and AI.
Somebody said this guy can't help himself with his bragging. You know, I know what you mean, right? It took me at least about 30 hours. I had to walk it all around. So it was really you that did all of this, and the robot is just following your command, right? You mean to tell me that what they call that in the kitchen I got over there, that robot, that iRobot can't do almost the same thing when it be bouncing into the walls and stuff like that and looking like it's following you in the room? How come every time you cut that damn thing on, it follow me in the room? Is there somebody inside that thing watching me? I want to know what's going on with that iRobot. Y'all tell me what's going on with that. Let's keep on moving forward.
It helps us live better lives. So who wants to be outside clearing your driveways?
And he believes this is just the beginning.
This is first gen, and like any tech, you know, it only gets bigger, better, and less expensive as time goes on. So I 100% can see these things eventually being used at municipalities, much larger scale than what mine is.
Sandra Bookman, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
No, I think I have my robot doing a little more than just my laundry. You know what I'm saying? My robot gonna be doing a little more than laundry. You know what I'm saying? Who said that? Bugatti. I think I'm gonna have mine's doing. I'm gonna have a little more, doing a little more than laundry. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, would you happen to have a little bit of Grey Poupon? Go get me some food. Go cook for me. Matter of fact, let's go outside, because you know I gotta show off. I gotta have him walking in front of me like, watch it. Bugatti is coming through. Playing my music on his chest. You know what I'm saying? We gotta act up and have the screen with the show going or something like that. That's how you do it. Really show out right there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on over to Australia before this joint kick out on us. We got a situation where 3 men are in an overturned boat. They got saved because guess what was in those waters? They were shark infested. Whoa, boy, I'm already scared of the water. You mean to tell me they was in some shark infested waters in Australia? No, thank you.
3 boaties are alive tonight thanks to 2 fishermen being in the right place at the right...
Now watch what type of overturned I'm talking about. I'm talking about overturned, upside down. Upside down. They boat was upside down.
time. A freak wave in rough and shark-filled waters, overturning their vessel in Moreton Bay, sparking an...
I know them sharks was like, come on down.
...unexpected rescue mission.
A day on the bay rarely ends up like this.
This is wild, man.
Out for a morning on the boat, Sam and Robbie were hoping to pull fish from the water, not struggling boaties.
Boats there, everywhere in the water. This is hectic.
Went into a bit of a panic mode, to be honest. It's pretty much a fisherman's worst nightmare, what we witnessed.
They were around 20 kilometres off Manly when they came across 3 men clinging helplessly to their overturned vessel, Robbie leaping into action.
They were in shock. I just tried to get them out of the water as quick as I could. My friend Lane I had on board, he was straight on the two-way to the Coast Guard and got a wave come over the back. They told me they'd try their best to bail the water out, but yeah, copped another one and then another one, and then the boys reckon within a minute the boat was gone.
While Sam tried to rescue their sinking boat.
Once it started to pull my boat sort of down a little bit, I had to cut and release that rope and let it go, unfortunately.
With predators lurking below.
Sharks everywhere, they're very, very lucky.
You could see sharks, they were breaching on the water probably about 30, 40 metres away from us.
The rescued boaties taken to shore alive, thanks to these 2 being in the right place at the right time.
Talking about shark bait, ooh, they almost caught it out there, boy. They almost caught it. They're lucky that they came along. And who comes along? A savior. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much. What's that? I see we got another, welcome to the bottom line with a gym glove. Who's that? Randy. Thank you so much. Also, thank you, big complainer 199. Congressman Bugatti. Thank you so much. No, not a congressman. It's just our anniversary month. We've been doing this for an entire year, and we've been pressing that button, making sure that we keep on bringing this content to you. That's right, you guys. We have not missed one day for an entire year, even with bad audio. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to something that's beautiful, something that we need to take inspiration from. Who? I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Now look at this beautiful young man right here, 12-year-old. He's already saved thousands. That's right, you guys. Thousands of shelter dogs. Not just one, but thousands.
I'm gonna miss you. We'll have fun together. It was sad to see him go because we've just had him for so long. Bolt came to us when he was just a tiny puppy. And throughout time, he became my wrestling buddy. At least I know he's going to a great family. I've been helping shelter dogs since I was about 4 years old. That's when I learned that if dogs don't get homes, that they have to go to heaven. And to my 4-year-old mind, I was just like, oh, well, let's just fix that. So with the support of my mom, we would go to the shelter to make videos to help the dogs get adopted. There's a dog here. I have one friend, my friend Rosalinda. She is 13 years old. Oh, thank you. And she was an English learner. So she's a year-old. She's really sweet. When we go to this shelter, usually we try to focus on the dogs that are more scared or shut down. Super scared and some of the shelter dogs end up in our home where we foster them till we find them friendly.
She comes over here where she thinks she's safer.
After the first year of us making videos, we started Project Freedom Run to transport the dogs from high-kill areas in Texas up to places like Washington, where there are more adopters but less dogs. And since 2015, we've been able to help more than 4,800 dogs, mainly from transports, videos, and fostering. When we first got Bolt, it was summer break, so I was able to spend a lot of time with him. Alright, so I got Bolt out here nice and early so he can come out and play with the other dogs for a little bit and wrestle with them because that is like his favorite thing to do in the morning. Alright, so let's get Bolt some food. Good boy. I'm out here taking Bolt for a nice walk. Since today is Bolt's last day with us, we want to make it super special for him by getting him his favorite treat from a drive-thru.
What can I get for you?
Do you guys have any treats for dogs?
You guys, we have chili cheese dogs.
Well, he enjoyed it. I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, somebody crazy.
Love you.
Good boy.
Over 4,800 dogs, y'all. If he can do it, we can, at least one.
He has new dog siblings, and he is doing great there.
She'll come around. Yeah, see?
Are they just coming like... He's so happy, which then makes me happy.
Looks like the older dog is happy to have a friend too. Now, God bless that little boy and his mother and father for raising a child like that, to be able to want to love and to share life with animals and to bring them into beautiful homes and to make sure that they're safe. I can't say nothing about it, but I love the story. That's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. You know how we do over here. Got to bring y'all that new information no matter what it is. Got to keep it right. Also, I got an update. You already know we got an update. I can't not play one dog without showing our dog, Top Dog. That's right, you guys. Shout out to Lynn and Nova. We got a report on Nova. Lynn and Nova. Nova is making steps, strength training in his yard. Let me show you how she's doing it, you guys, because she's not giving up on him the same way you see that previous owner the previous guy, little guy, did not give up on his rescues. Now he's dragging himself a little bit, we know, but she also know how to get him started. She wants this. We want you to get your strength training. We need you to be able to get up off the floor, sit up and down. That's right. Lynn know what she's doing. If there's anybody that know what she's doing, I'm putting my faith in her because she's really got Nova doing well. I still believe by spring you're gonna be good. Nova's making steps. See right here? He don't got his balance, but you see him doing push-offs. He's trying to use his back legs. She's getting him hyped up. And he's using his back legs without even knowing it. See that, right? I'll take any little thing, just like she said, we taking everything we can get. We taking everything we can get. That's right, Nova. We taking everything we can get. There you go, boy. There you go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look, look, look. Go, boy. She know what she doing. Yeah, we see it, we see it, we see it, boy. We know it's rough, but we've been here since day one, and we not gonna move because we got mad love for Nova. We want to send loving prayers and warmness out to Lynn and Nova, Supernova, because yeah, you supernova to us over here, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? You got more than one owner, just like she said. We got nothing but love for you, little boy. Y'all trying to make some money, 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 money. Hit that link in the description so you can make up to $850. That's right, you guys. There's 2 surveys in there. You'll make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, you got a business, traveling salesman, trying to get your business out there. Guess what? We almost have 70,000 subscribers. And that means almost 70,000 subscribers will see your promo. All you got to do is send it over to us in a 1080 by 1080 size frame, because that is what YouTube requires for the post notification area. Send over your promos to us and we'll put them up, and hopefully you'll get some more business. Where we want you to send them to, the email address is, what we going to send it to? bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Bridge like the Brooklyn Bridge, this like that but not this, llc@gmail.com. Send your promos over. I'll see them as long as they're in 1080 by 1080 and you're subscribed to the channel or already a member. We're going to definitely show some love because it's not just my platform. It's all of our platform. That's right. H+OUR means more than that. It means a lot. It's our platform. I'm just the host. You guys are co-hosts. And since you're here and you're dedicated, we need to share in the demo and share in the platform. With that being said, you guys also, y'all know what's coming up. I always talk about it because now we got to make it if you can see it, you can visualize it, you can actually make it happen. This was an idea. This was an idea. Everything that you see was an idea. The suit that I'm wearing is an idea. The only things that are stopping your ideas from coming to pass is you actually putting the energy towards it to actually making it happen. Don't listen to anybody. And that's what I'm telling you guys right now with the Show Your Talent Search. That's right, with your boy Boogotti NYC. I'm the host, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch and my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. That's right, you guys. We pull up. You guys tell us, show us your talent in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And if you win, boom, you get $250. That's just the prelims. And after we get everybody together, especially with one person online, because now we've introduced the fact that you guys can chime in as well. You don't have to be in New York or the 5 boroughs. You're in Detroit, Los Angeles, wherever you're at, you chime in, and guess what? You'll be able to be right on the talent show as well, because we want to see your talent as well, and maybe, boom, you'll make $250. After we get 5 people together, or group, we're going to bring everybody together in one forum, and you guys are going to decide the winner and see who gets $1,000. That's right, you guys. It's the Show Your Talent Search. Your boy Bugatti NYC is the host, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. You want to be part of the talent search? All you got to do is go over to that website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, drop your email in the email link location, and you're going to be getting updates of where we're going to be at, where we're turning up, and what we got going on. You guys know it's Tuesday. It's been a rough one. We got a lot of snow in New York. I know it's crazy where you guys are at. A lot of people are snowed in. I hope you're good, Mark. I hope you're good, Jeffrey Spilker. Hope you guys aren't dealing with that snow and snowed in. Mark, I told you already, if you need a little bit of help, let me know. We'll come and get you out of there, buddy. We all show love to our family members as well as our faithful animal rescue people that take care of those animals. We got mad love for you and your family here, and that's why we want to pray for every single person here. We want to send you out with the love and the affection and the health and the great prosperity and a fantastic feeling of security. We want to pray for your family members as well as your animals, and we want to make sure that everybody has a fantastic day. I want to see you guys here tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning. So who we praying for right now? We praying for Deepak. Deepak, what's up, Deepak? We got Casey in the building. We got Rebecca Lanyon Bueno. We always pray for you, sis. You know how that goes down. We got Liberty and Justice. How you doing? We also got Audrey. I see York, Casey. Okay, Steph. We got Rebecca Lanyon Bueno, Shannon, Miss Swanza. How you doing, Miss Swanza? Let me know if you've received your keychain. It should be coming to you very soon. Let me know if you got it. It's already in the mail. They hope you got it. Kelly, thank you so much. And yes, I want to pray for you, Audrey. I'd love to pray for you. What's that? Ad Rains, Kelly Muhammad, Jonas, Liberty and Justice, Miss Swanza, Jonah. Okay, I already see Patrick up in here too. Audrey. Also, where's Sam Champion at? Also, all of our other followers as well as Kendra Walker. Make sure that you guys are covered as well. Can't just let you know that I love you guys and I want you to have a fantastic day. Amen. And with that being said, tomorrow is what? Hump Day. We'll be here 6 o'clock, ready to go. Trending topics, new information, and you already know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, it could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. So you know what we're about to do right now. See you guys tomorrow. Get 'em! Peace.